Hello, this is Michael Rubin, and we've been talking about using the straight harp numbers template to find the names of the notes on any harmonica. So let's look at the straight harp numbers template, but just look at the blow notes and the draw notes. So in the center aisle, you see the numbers 1 through 10. That's the holes of the harmonica. Above it, you see 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1. That means in hole number 1 blow, it's the first note from the major scale of the name of the harmonica that you have. 2 blow, it's the third note from the major scale that has the same name as your harmonica. The draw notes, 2, 5, 7, 2, 4, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6. Okay, so let's figure out what this means on a B-flat harmonica. Why would I choose a B-flat harmonica? Because we've been working on Slim Harpo's song, Baby Scratch My Back. So, what we've been doing is we've been writing out the chromatic scale. That means all of the names of the notes on the keyboard, starting on and finishing on the name of the harmonica you want to figure out. So we're going to write out B flat, B, C, D flat, D, E flat, E, F, G flat, G, A flat, A, B flat. And underneath that, we're going to number it. But remember, we're going to include the flats. For example, in the key of B flat, in the Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do scale, B flat is the first note and C is the second note. But B is a half step lower than the second note, so we call it the flat 2. Now remember, there is never a flat 1, flat 4, or flat 8. So B flat is therefore 1, B flat 2, C 2, D flat flat 3, D 3, E flat 4, E flat 5, F 5, G flat flat 6, G 6, A flat flat 7, A 7, and B flat can either be thought of as another 1 or back or up to an 8, whichever way you want to think about it. So now we're just going to plug these numbers in. If you look at 1 blow on your straight harp numbers template, it's a 1. What's the 1 in the key of B flat? The note B flat. Everywhere we see a B flat, we're going to write, everywhere we see a 1 on the numbers template, we're going to write a B flat on our B flat harmonica. So B flat is therefore 1 blow, 4 blow, 7 blow, 10 blow. 2 blow is a 3 in the B flat chromatic scale. 3 is the note D. Everywhere we see a 3, we're going to write a D. 2 blow, 5 blow, 8 blow. You see how this works? Okay, so here's the B flat harmonica using this concept, and hopefully you understand enough and I don't have to go through note by note. So the blow notes are B flat, D, F, B flat, D, F, B flat, D, F, B flat. The draw notes C, F, A, C, E flat, G, A, C, E flat, G. Okay, so what about the bends? What about the overblows? Well, if you remember, we wrote out a numbers template that included bends and included overblows. However, you don't need to look at those numbers if you know bending and overblow logic. How many bends are there in hole number 1? 1. Every time you bend, you go lower 1 keyboard note. 1 draw is C. What is 1 keyboard note lower than C? B. Therefore, 1 bend is B. 2 draw is F. How many bends are there on hole number 2? 2. This is old stuff. Hopefully you know this by now. If not, you need to look over my earlier lessons. Every time you bend, you go 1 keyboard note lower. What is 1 keyboard note lower than F? E. Therefore, E is 2 single bend. What is 1 keyboard note lower than E? E flat. E flat is therefore 2 double bend. How many bends are there in hole number 3? 3. So A will go down to the single bend A flat, double bend G, triple bend G flat. 4 draw. How many bends in 4 draw? 1. C will go down to B. 4 single is B. 5 draw is E flat, but there is no real bend on 5 draw. You can make a sound, but it's a quarter tone. It's not going to be a half step lower. It's not one keyboard note lower. 6 draw is G. How many bends on 6? 1. G flat is 6 single bend. 7 blow is B flat. Again, like 5 draw, it creates a quarter tone. It doesn't go down a full keyboard note. 8 blow is D. There is 1 bend on D. 8 blow bend is D flat. 9 blow is F. There is 1 bend on 9 blow. 9 blow bend is E. 10 blow is B flat. There are 2 bends on hole number 10. Single bend is A. Double bend is A flat. The bent notes, the overblows. Overblows are always 1/2 step higher than the highest note on the hole. So on holes 1 through 6, you overblow. Holes 7 through 10, you overdraw. But the note you create is a 1/2 step higher than the highest note on the hole, which in holes 1 through 6 is the draw note, and on holes 7 through 10, the blow note. Therefore, we're going to blow into hole 1 blow and change it into a 1/2 step higher than the note in 1 draw. 1 draw is C, a 1/2 step higher is C sharp, 1 overblow is C sharp. Now it is physically possible to overblow on hole number 2 and 3, but when you do, you get notes that are already on the harmonica. And so most people don't overblow on holes 2 and 3. Hole number 4, same thing as hole number 1. You blow into the B flat, you change the shape of your mouth, it becomes a 1/2 step higher or a keyboard note higher than the highest note on the hole, which is the draw note C. Therefore, the overblow is C sharp. 5 draw, the highest note is E flat, the overblow is E. 6 draw, the highest note is G, the overblow is A flat. 7 draw, the highest note is B flat, the overdraw is B. 8 draw, when you overdraw, gets a repeated note, a note that is already on the harmonica. So most people don't talk about 8 overdraw. 9 overdraw, the highest note on the hole is F, so therefore 1/2 step higher than F is G flat. 9 overdraw is G flat. 10 blow, in hole number 10, the highest note is 10 blow, B flat. Therefore, when you overdraw, you get 1/2 step higher, B. And there we have the full harp, and it only took me a minute. Okay? So hopefully you understand what I just did. Now next time, we're going to look at the cross harp numbers template. Now, whether you use the straight harp numbers template or the cross harp numbers template, if you use them correctly, both of them will give you the same answers in terms of what are the names of the notes on the harp. The answers will be the same. However, the scale degrees are different, and the scale degrees are important because unless you are a very unusual harmonica player, you are going to spend the majority of your life in cross harp. Therefore, knowing the cross harp scale degrees are important because the deeper you go into professional musicianhood, the more often people talk in scale degrees. They do not talk in notes. So if you're going to play in cross harp, you need to be able to communicate using the cross harp numbers. So you need to understand the cross harp numbers template. All right. Thank you very much. See you soon.